You've already set?
Just a second. I'm trying to get it set here.
It says a new setup for.
Um, all right. Click on it.
This one?
Yeah. It should pop up. There we go. All right. See, somebody's in there. I'm trying to get a new setup going here for live videos and try to get my comments pulled up here. Live chat. Where's it at? Where we go? Got it. Y'all just bear with me. So I'm trying to get this figured out here, guys. All right. Who all's in here today? I see one person's in here. 3 people's in here. Still can't get my chats to pull up. Somebody leave a comment and see if there's anything going on. Well, for whatever reason, anybody leaving any comments? Let me look over here on my other setup and see if there's anything going. Somebody leave a comment, guys. Hey, I see that. How you doing? See 113 cycles. Good to have you in here. Doing just a live test run here. I'm trying to get this figured out. I plan on doing some lives here before long. John Bowling Racing, good to have you in here. I lose my feeds. Okay. Mrs. Traumatos. Good to have you. I can't watch, but I'm listening. 113 cycles. And John Bowling Racing. Do you go to I-30? I used to go to I-30. I ran down there a little bit back. I ran some mini stock races down there some. But I won a few heat races and a feature down there. But mainly raced Batesville and Harrisburg now. My boy's racing now. So Landon Custom Classics. Mrs. T, I think, met you in Landon's stream. Probably did. Mrs. T, Landon. Yeah. But John, yeah, you're with Michael Bowling, right? I've seen that down there. Good to have you in here, Landon. Good to have everybody coming in here. Like I say, I'm just trying to get this going. I'm almost to 900 subscribers. So one reason why I come on here and trying to, I think I like 6 more to hit 900 subscribers. So if y'all can share my page with somebody, thank you, Mrs. T. Glad everybody's in here, but yeah, John, I really don't know what people are going to do down toward Little Rock Way unless they run Centerville, Plummerville, or uh, I did hear that Tim Crawley had got 67 Speedway down Texarkana, and that's about a 3 hour drive for us. But whoever's in Little Rock would be um, appreciate that, Landon. Um, Whoever's in Little Rock would probably it'd be one way or the other, probably easier to get to 67 Speedway than to go all the way to Batesville, but because it's about a 2 hour drive one way, and a 2 hour drive from Little Rock to Batesville or 67. And 67 Speedway would be a lot easier traveling there and back. So it's kind of just whatever a person wants to do on that. But Batesville, I think, is going to have some pretty good racing this year. I really wish myself that Batesville Speedway was a little bit shorter track. Appreciate that, Landon. Um, Thank you, John. But Batesville Speedway is pretty good size, 3/8, and Scarlett, the four-eyed Cuda. Glad to have you in here. And like I say, just share this with some folks, share our page with some folks. We're trying to reach 900. My goal was to reach 900 before the end of the year. We've only got a couple days, well, a little over a day now to reach that. I believe we can make it. So next year we're going to, the month of January, my goal is going to be to reach 1,000. So okay, appreciate that, Mrs. T. And but yeah, if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm looking over here. I'm watching my TV as well because on my camera phone here, I can't. The writing is so small on it that it's hard to see. But my eyes aren't real good up close like this. But I can read it on the TV real well. So. I've heard about the track in Sweet Home there, John. It's more than likely going to be a test track. The Glazes have that, and they're trying to build the new late models and modifieds, and they're mainly wanting to use that for their test track, and it's going to be. I think they said the rent on that track, if somebody needed to use it, mainly would be people that's buying their race cars, like $500 a day, which is, I think, is about going rate for renting a track. So, but hey, they're unfinished projects. Good day, everyone. Good to have you in here, Dean, from the Land Down Under. Well, y'all probably thinking we're the Land Down Under, but anyway, appreciate you jumping in here. But yeah, that track at Sweet Home, I think they're trying to build it about like Batesville, and so appreciate you there, Cousin Mike. Glad to have you in here. Just like I say, we're just doing a little test run of a new system that I'm trying to mess with and try to get it worked out. Try to get this figured out, get y'all from shaking here. I bumped the camera, but oh, the land over there, not down under. I like that. I like that. So, but let's see. We got you the 900. Hey, thank you. I really appreciate you. Everybody's reaching out and helping out. And Dude Mopar, Merry New Year to you as well. Appreciate everybody coming in here and got us over that 900 mark. We appreciate that. Thank everyone for jumping in here. We'll see how much more we can do. Hey, somebody else wants to do one of these, I'll jump in and try to help you out too. But yeah, I heard Tim Crawley, he's bought 67, which is Texarkana. And we looking forward to that. I've been down there several times. I used to travel with Wayne Brooks back in the day, about 25 years ago or better. We were traveling constant, all over the place. We went from coast to coast and north to south. We went from Canada to Mexico to sea to shining sea just about, and traveling all over when he was in his heyday. And it was a lot of learning, a lot of traveling, a lot of fun. But many guys on here probably don't know who Wayne Brooks is, but Wayne Brooks is a legend in the Arkansas area of dirt track racing. And he's up in his 70s now. He's planning on slowing down on some racing and trying to just focus on other things for a little bit. He's still going to race some, don't get me wrong, but I think he's planning on kind of slowing down some. He's been at it he's been dirt track racing for over 50 years, and that's a pretty good feat. And anyway, we raced at Texarkana Speedway, or not Texarkana, but I think it was called Texarkana back then. Hey there, everybody. Appreciate you coming in here. And handing out, I can't read that, blue wrenches. So I'm willing. Well, yeah, I'll have to look into that. I'll try to get that figured out. I'm like I say, I'm just getting into this, trying to learn this. Hey, 162, good to have you in here. As soon as I can figure out all of that system, I'll definitely holler at you. That'd give us a kind of some help on keeping an eye on things. And but yeah, back in the day, let's see, I can't remember when that was, 1996 probably, when we were traveling all over. And we were in the hot laps at that little 67 Speedway, the one that Tim Crawley owns now. And hey, One-Eyed Cat, in the hot laps, and blow the motor in hot laps. And as soon as I seen it, I knew exactly what to do. We had our spare engine in the trailer. We had everything going there. So we jumped in. I jumped in and got everything ready for when they pushed the car back to the pits. And we had a chain hoist of a thing that we could hang on the side of the trailer with a chain hoist on it, and a little boom arm and a chain hoist we put on it. And then we'd pull the car up there once we got the car ready to pull the engine. And we had the engine out and the other engine back in it and running before the first heat race. And we had Mike Bowers put right beside us. They were there helping. They come in handy on that time, helping us. We changed that motor, pulled the motor out and put another one in it, and had it full of water and running, and him getting in the car and pulling out in 15 minutes. And that's the fastest I've ever seen anybody change a motor. I know them sprint car guys can do it pretty quick, but because a lot of their stuff's on Quick Connect. We had a lot of our we had our stuff just as simplified as you could get it. And I've, I don't know that I've probably met your dad. His Michael Bolden, right? Um, I know I've seen the car, and like I say, I've been around racing for years. I was out of racing for about 15 years when I got married and was raising kids and family. Just pretty much had to stay home for a while. I'd go to races here and there, but it would be, let's see, probably about 7 years ago when we started getting back in it. Uh, I'm sure I know who it is as soon as I seen him. We didn't go to I-30 a whole lot, but we did some, because we mainly went to Batesville and hung out up there because I raced up there quite a bit back in the '90s, and yeah, I've raced quite a while. I think my first race I ran was in 1990 BB Speedway. Matter of fact, that's the first racetrack I ever been to. I went to BB Speedway, and trying to think, in 1985, I believe it was 85, 86, somewhere in there, and I was hooked. And as soon as I got a chance to go, some guys down the road from where I live started pulling race cars, and uh, back then I see BB was racing Friday nights, and I-30 was racing Saturday nights, and then sometimes when BB closed partly way in 1989 for a little while, and then the guys started going to El Paso Speedway. A lot of people don't even know there was a racetrack down there, but it was a big half-mile racetrack. The track's still there, but it's all grown up, and the landowner wants an ungodly amount of money for insurance and all of that stuff. So they would run El Paso on Friday night. They'd come back, change gears, run I-30 on Saturday night. They would run two tracks. It was in '89 is when I started going to El Paso Speedway and watching those guys, and it was a lot of fun. I was hooked. Like I say, I got to knowing some guys. I started talking to them, started visiting with them. I started talking with the guys that was right down the road from me. And matter of fact, the number 10 mini stock car that I've got in my shop right now is owned by one of those men that was racing in 1989 when I started hanging out with those guys and learning about race cars. And I think he's up in his early 70s now, and so he's letting me kind of take this car and do what we wanted to with it. But the problem is now, like I say, I-30's closed down. They're not running mini stocks down there anymore, and there's no place running mini stocks. Plumerville's not running them. Pretty much everybody around's gotten rid of them. We talked to him and talked maybe about building a 351 Windsor and putting in it and running it in factory stocks. So we thought very seriously about doing that, and we're not totally out of the ballpark on that. So we might could run. I'm going to talk to him a little bit more on that and see if we can't maybe get him to him or me one that I don't have the money to do it, but put a motor together that 351 Windsor and put in that car and maybe run some factory stock races. And I think that would be pretty good. That's a good little car, well built car. Matter of fact, uh, the Glazes who built the chassis, and so it's a well built car. I'm not afraid of it, and anyway, anybody got any questions for me on there? I'm like I say, I'm just in here doing a little test run, seeing how this would work out if I was to do that. Soon I'm going to be having some guests on with me, but I'm going to have to learn how to do that with a laptop so that I can do some of the work. So unfinished project, I'll be working with you on that deal and maybe a few more to do the Blue Wrench setup. And uh, yeah, I seen that one of the nights I was down at I-30. I think it was 4th of July weekend. I believe it was. I think he was in a Keaton Atkinson was in a uh, factory stock, I stock, or something. I can't remember what it was. The D150, yes. Matter of fact, Matthew got out there the other day and got it started. Um, I'm looking at doing something with it. Maybe the No Name Nationals come, and whenever I think John's going to be doing a live broadcast tonight, John Wilburn, and yeah, I know which one you're talking about there, Landon. Um, but he got it running. It's a 318 in that little truck, and it's got a little overdrive transmission in it. Don't know what gears is in it. We just need to get it running and driving a little bit so that we can play with it. I've got a guy that's got a motorhome that has a 440 in it, and we're talking to him. Maybe if Matthew wants to do a little drag racing with that truck, we may talk about putting that 440 in it, and because it'd have a whole lot more torque and horsepower than that 318. The 318 is a good little motor, but it wouldn't be enough to do much drag racing with. So, well, congratulations there, John. That's a good deal, winning points championship. I guess that was probably the last one ever. So that, and you can put that down the record book right there. But yeah, that little Dodge D150, I think that'd be a pretty fun little truck. I'm looking to do a little project. Yeah, I know Big Mike's drive shaft tips. I've seen those. Um, um, Big Mike, I like old Big Mike up there at Hoopty Barnville. He's a good guy. Yep, I understand what you're talking about there. But yeah, I've got a plan. Many of you've probably seen my big block 402 that I come home with. Uh, Matter of fact, Steve from Big Block 402 wants to buy it, and I was going to sell it to him, but my wife seen the motor, how pretty it was, chromed out, orange motor, chrome valve covers, chrome intake. I mean, that thing is nice. And she seen that and she said, "You're not going to sell that, are you?" And I said, "Well, I'm thinking about it." And she said, "No, you need to hang on to that. That's nice." So So I think we're going to be hanging on to that. I've got some plans for that. If I can get my some more parts for that '62 Chevy truck I've got, I think we can make a candy cane eater. I'm throwing that out there. You know, me and Steve pretty good friends now, and that's just kind of throwing that towards Steve. I believe I may name that the candy cane eater. So um, that would be a little bit fun to build. Him having a 65, 6, 4, 5, 6, I can't remember what he's got, Chevrolet truck with a big block 402, and mine having a big block 402 being a 62. I think that'd be a pretty good matchup. So, but I've got to do a lot of work on that truck to get it to where I can even get it there. But, yeah, I guarantee you, uh, it wouldn't be good being a candy cane liquor. Yeah. Yeah, last time candy cane ate itself, I can tell you that. It didn't sound too good last time he went out, and it didn't look too good when started blowing the parts out the bottom. So Miss Garcia, good to have you in there. Um, trying to see if there's anybody else. It's evening time here. I know it may be morning time there for you. So, but yeah, we got like the '62 Chevy truck I've got. It needs I need a front cap for it and a front suspension and a left door. And so if anybody knows where I can pick that up for dirt cheap or free, it don't matter if it's a '60s model front suspension with a non-power steering sector or a little bit later model, whatever, 6 hole, 5 hole. I don't really care. I just need something to get it under it to where I can roll it and drive it, because I'm not going to be streeting that truck. It'll just be a strip truck. Um, I'm just needing something that'll get me an eighth of a mile at a time, because I don't want to put it on the highway. I don't even have a title for it right now, but it'd be a good, fun little project for a candy cane eater. It's a step side bed truck. It don't have any fenders for the back of it right now. I don't need them. Like I say, it's going to be a rat rod, and I might not even put a front cap on it. Who knows? But if I can get a front suspension for it, I'll get the cab on it and build the bed, put the bed back together on it, and have the motor sitting out the front. That'd be good enough to go quarter mile at a time. So I think it'd be a little fun. Well, guys, I've been on here just close to 30 minutes, and I appreciate everybody jumping on. We've had a good time on here. I'm going to try, there's Fleming Family Racing. What's up, man? Good to have you on here. We're just trying to do a little bit of a live here. We're shooting to try to get over 900 subscribers, and I think we've done that. I think we've had a few jump on there and help us do it. But I'm not sure. I can see here real quick. Almost. It says we're at 894, but that might not be updated. But anyway, whatever we're at, I'd like to do a collaboration there, Fleming. I'll try to figure out how. I tell you what, drop me a P.O. box. Hey, I got 901. Appreciate that, guys. Hey, Fleming, if you can drop me a P.O. box, that way it'd be safer for everything, as you know. I'll send you a letter or note or something, and with my information, and then we can start getting together on something. I'd like to come check out that stock car you got going together there. I might be able to give you a pointer or two. I've been, like I say, I've been in dirt tracking for about 30 years, maybe a little bit longer. So I've been around a few. So, yeah, One-Eyed Cat, we'll see what we can do to try to help you get there. Just keep hammering. Number one thing is hey, Terry Grover, good to have you in here. One-Eyed Cat, one thing I've noticed is 15-second shorts is big for getting a lot of subscribers quick. Keep your keep your wording off of the screen, off of the main part of your screen. You can put wording on it, just don't cover up what you're doing, and highlight it, make it bright, make it flashy, eye catchy, and make it exciting. If you can do burnout videos, drag racing videos, it seems like the drag racing videos and the burnout videos, things like that, can do a better than dirt track videos for whatever reason. I don't understand. More people can I guess I don't know. They just like drag racing better, I guess. But yeah, I noticed dog videos gets a lot. So anything that catches people's attention. I did a cooking video the other day, just basically cooking a hillbilly hash that I make. And I think it did like 6 or 7 subscribers just on that one video. I was pretty tickled about that. I think it got like 2,000 or 3,000 views or something. But sometimes you just never know. You just got to put out stuff out there. Start hitting those. Hit about 4 or 5 of those shorts a day, and you'll start building those subscribers. And so let me scroll back up here. What'd you say there, Fleming? Let me put out contact in. Right. Yeah, I know what you mean. We'll try to get together somehow, some way, and try to figure that out. But all right. All right. Yeah, if he's got a squirrel, that'd be a good video to put up. Anything with animals, I've noticed gets lots of views. Make it have a good in there, Fleming. I'll get with you some way. I'll get on your page and drop some information or email address or something, and we'll see if we can't get together there. And I haven't forgotten you. I haven't forgotten. Okay, well that's awesome. I forgot about that. But yeah, I remember. I was right there. Hit that little subscribe button. I'm glad to get you there. We're like I say, we're shooting for 1,000. We just got past the 900. You never reach every goal. You just keep on reaching there. You just keep striving, keep pushing forward to get a little bit more. And one of these days we'll all make it. But anyway, guys, well, I'm going to I guess get around here. I think my wife's got supper ready. I just wanted to get on here and do a little bit of a live and see what else we could get done. And we'll see if we can't get together. We're going to do Landon Custom Classic. Hey, keep hammering there, Landon. We'll get you there. Try Fleming Family Racing. Everybody go over there, give him a sub. He's pretty cool little dirt track racing videos there. He's got I think he's down in Louisiana, I believe, and I think was your brother, I believe it is races up in Missouri quite a bit. I think that's how that works up there at Federated Auto Parts. So I may be wrong on that. Yeah, I know one of you races there at Missouri. But yeah, everybody run over there to Fleming's Racing, Fleming Family Racing. Give them a subscribe and help them reach that 5,000 mark. And Mississippi, I knew it was down south of us there. We're here in the central Arkansas area. We're about 45 minutes away from Batesville Speedway, Batesville Motor Speedway. If you ever watched the Topless 100, that's our pretty close track that we have here. Yeah, I knew that was one of you there, races up there in Missouri. I've been at that track years ago. We when I was traveling with Wayne Brooks, we went by there, and Ken Schrader was running a late model that night, and yeah, holler at us definitely. When you do, we'll make a little collaboration video or something. But we stopped in there at Federated, and I think our engine went down on us that night in the late model we was racing. I wasn't driving, but Wayne was, and had a ball. It was a lot of fun. It's the first time I'd ever got to be around Ken Schrader or anything like that. And so pretty good, a lot of fun there. Well, I think we're going to be maybe going to Texarkana Speedway. Hey man, Fleming, we'll catch you later. Next video you make, I'll jump in there and say hi. So appreciate you stopping in. We're fixing to jump off here too, and appreciate everybody jumping on, hitting that subscribe button, and helping others, sharing this video, sharing our content to reach out to get that extra little bit that I was looking for to try to get over that 900 mark. Appreciate everybody. And anyhow, I'm going to run, guys. Appreciate everybody for stopping in. And we're going to try to get back on here and have somebody else sitting on this side here before long, and try to get us some videos going out and some content. I think it'll be a lot of fun. So, all right, guys. We appreciate everybody, and we'll catch y'all later. Russell here saying God bless you, and Outfits Garage is saying keep a hammering, guys.